Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of December 18th through 24th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. So we're just going to take a look at your general energy, like what is the biggest challenge that you're facing? What is the fight of your life that's coming? What is the most important thing going on right now? What is the message coming through? What is it that you need to know for this coming week? Oh, we've got this interesting Knight of Cups. All right, who is that person to you? Let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh boy. Okay, a lot of air, a lot of swords, my goodness. Okay, we're going to do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to put that right there. We're not going to look at that until the very end. So stick around to the end of the video and we'll see how that might tie the reading together, give us the confirmation that we're looking for, or just be like the missing piece of the puzzle at the end, right? And like I said, please hit that like button, really helps out the channel. So we got water, air, water, air. Water, water, air, air. We've got a little bit of fire and a couple of major arcana cards. So what I'm seeing first and foremost, there's no earth. Maybe the mystery card will be an earth card, maybe some kind of disc or pentacle, maybe a major arcana, wheel of fortune, hermit, something like that. So that's telling me that there is a lot going on the inside, a lot going on within you that may not right now be matching up with the concrete facts of reality, okay? And I know I probably just lost 99% of you when I said that. But with the lack of earth here, I think there is not enough focus on what the actual events are in life, like what the circumstances really are. The focus seems to be on what you're thinking and how you're feeling, right? We've got water and air, swords and cups, swords and cups. So I think the primary focus, there's a lot of thinking going on and a lot of feeling. Okay, there might not be a lot of focus on practical solutions or on actions. I just want to put that out there. Hopefully a few of you are still here. That first card that we had, this is a water sign person, maybe someone older than you, masculine energy, could be a Cancer sign in your life. Okay, the Knight of Cups is the fiery part of water. It is the cardinal water sign, which is Cancer. Okay, so just letting you know my logic there. This could be a Cancer sign person in your life, could be a water sign person in general, could be someone who is in your life trying to offer you something, right? You see this person on that horse. Is that a horse? And with that cup, is that a crab in there? Yeah, that's a crab. So that is the Cancer connection. They're trying to offer you something, or they're trying to provide something to you. They're trying to offer you, could be their heart, could be their support, their love, right? Could be anything like that. They're trying to provide something for you. And yet we have this Hanged Man kind of getting in the way of this, right? Getting in the way of what is maybe being offered to you, or what this relationship could be, or whoever this person is to you. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic, could be platonic, could be professional or personal, family member, friend, coworker, wherever this is taking place. They're trying to do something for you, or be there for you, or just to forge a deeper connection with you, okay? Or get close to you in some way, even if it's a coworker, a professional setting. But this Hanged Man is getting in the way of that. Now, this Hanged Man could be your indulgence in suffering and self-pity and this kind of misery that you may be experiencing right now. It could be, honestly, that this person is putting you in this awkward position by trying to provide something for you, or trying to be closer to you, or to express their feelings for you, perhaps. But trying to get closer to you is putting you in this kind of awkward position, okay? And this could be for whatever kind of reason. But I'll tell you right now, this is going to be a serious reading, okay? The reason why we might be seeing this Hanged Man card, because this is kind of like almost in some way I'm getting this feeling like you've accepted your own suffering, right? That you're kind of, I said indulging in it or like wallowing in your suffering, but you're just kind of like accepting of it, and you're just kind of lingering there, right? You're experiencing some kind of pain or suffering in a prolonged manner. Okay, so this is a serious read. I'm having a difficult time. This is very personal to me. But we see in the recent past the Nine of Swords, okay? So the Nine of Swords leading us to the Hanged Man, this is telling me that a lot of this, I don't know if it's heartache or just this kind of this negative emotional state that you might be in right now, seems to be in some ways exacerbated by your thought patterns, by your habitual kind of rehashing things. It's almost like you are, I'd expect to see maybe more of a Three of Swords here, but the Nine of Swords is still, to me, it's pretty low down on the tree, right? Like the three, at least, is a little bit closer to the spiritual source. It's a smaller number, so it's closer to the unity, it's closer to that purpose, right? But with the nine, it's so far removed from the spiritual source that I think it's just literally like just inflicting pain on yourself for no real reason, right? So I wonder if there's a bit of a history of that, if there's this tendency in you to make a bad situation even worse by thinking the worst possible outcomes, thinking the worst possible things about it, right? Or about yourself. Or maybe a little bit of guilt, maybe a little bit of like attacking yourself, the sense of responsibility, like getting really down on yourself because of something that happened in reality. But I think within you, in your heart, in your mind especially, you get really hard on yourself. You get really, really down on yourself about it. Okay? And I'm really trying to be delicate here because this is, one, it's a very personal kind of energy to me, but it's also a very sensitive subject, and I apologize for that. But I do think that there is something here we need to be aware of, because I feel like that Nine of Swords is keeping you in this Hanged Man position, which is almost like this willing indulgence in this kind of negative emotional state, right? In some ways, those Nine Swords are keeping you suspended in this water, in this negative feeling state, right? And, it's not that you enjoy it or you want to be there, but it's, I think, difficult to overcome these Nine Swords that just seem like they're always like attacking you. And I think this is a lot of that negative thinking, the putting ourselves down, the self-doubt, the self-criticism, that kind of like mental anguish that I think we all do it to some extent. We inflict it upon ourselves. And I don't know why, but this possible Cancer person, this Knight of Cups, is kind of bringing that out of you a little bit. Right? It's kind of a little bit of a catalyst or a little bit of a trigger for this kind of energy. And I don't know why that is, because I don't know this person or who this person is in general. But I see that there's a lot of this, a deep emotional state right now. The good news is, there is good news here. It would be this Four of Swords in the immediate future. And again, I'm sorry, this is getting really emotional for me. I think this is at least a resolution of some of the negative communication, both within yourself. It's kind of the effort to stop all of that negative thinking and to stop any kind of a conflict or argument or any kind of issues that you may have with this particular person, right? So, excuse me, I see that again, they're approaching you with something, they're offering you something, they're trying to connect with you. And you have this Hanged Man energy that's kind of blocking that. But with the Four of Swords, that is at least not going to cause too much of a rift between you and this person. It's enough of a rift that there's going to be some tension, some friction and conflict that needs this Four of Swords, that needs to be kind of resolved. It's almost like you have to really make an effort not to attack this person or push them away or sever the relationship. Or, this could be professional, could be personal, could be romantic or platonic. But it's a real effort on your part not to just completely cut them out of your life or push them away. Okay, now this isn't a card that's telling me that you're really willing to accept what they're offering you, but this is at least like trying to be civil and, maybe a bit polite and not completely cut them out. Okay, so this is not fighting with them, not cutting them out, pushing them away, not severing the relationship. And I think it's going to be a real effort for you to utilize the Four of Swords here and show that kind of strength, really, to keep things stable and civil and not really go after this person or cut them out of your life altogether. You know what I mean? We're going to go down here to the Ten of Wands. This is beneath the surface. This is kind of what's going on underneath it all. Pretty obvious card here. You're tired. You're exhausted. I think a lot of this emotional energy, right, with the Nine of Swords, with that Hanged Man, that's a lot of energy. It's a lot of emotional energy, and I think it's draining you spiritually and in your vital energies. And in your body, too. I think it really is like just sucking the life out of you, kind of. It's draining the vitality from you. Okay. It is a situation where this energy is just kind of being burned up or being, let's say, extinguished by this Hanged Man, by this water, right? All of this fiery spiritual energy is just being kind of, doused and extinguished by all of the water. Okay, so this is kind of running out. The fire's kind of dying down, right? And this is a pretty obvious thing. I think any kind of intense emotional state, when it is prolonged, it is very draining, physically and mentally, spiritually. Okay, so pretty obvious card here, I think. The saving grace on the path of the dove, I think, is this Magus, this Mercury card. I think that you have a rather strong connection with Mercury, with your kind of, your guardian angel, your spirit guide, your higher self, your true self, with this kind of divine pathway, this divine connection to spirituality, to grace, to the abundance and the blessings, to your intuition. So I think that above it all, you're kind of like, you kind of have your eyes turned skyward and you're looking for maybe that inspiration that'll pull you out of this situation. You're looking for that, like, that guidance from your higher self that's going to, guide you out of this situation. Okay. And that's a major function of Mercury here, of Hermes, is the psychopomp, the one who guides the soul, right? So you're, I think, looking for this guidance. You're, kind of trying to invoke this energy and this spiritual connection, this intuition, this guidance from your spirit guides, guardian angel, higher self, God, goddess, from deity, universal mind, universal energy, whatever you want to call it. I think you're aspiring to that, and I think that that you're looking towards this Mercury energy to, again, like I said, to help guide you out of this situation. Okay. I don't think I'm being very helpful at all today. Let's move over to the path of the serpent and see what we've got going on here. Again, this is air, water, air, water. Okay. So a lot of mind, a lot of emotion. First thing here is your general energy, Two of Swords. I think that part of your general energy is like, almost like you're kind of sitting on the fence about something, right? Like you almost don't know really what to do. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I turn left? Should I turn right? Should I look up? Should I look down? Okay. So I think there's some uncertainty there. And I think that you're kind of in a limbo. And that's exactly the feeling I get with this Hanged Man, this kind of limbo. But it's more of a limbo because the Hanged Man is like a kind of lingering in suffering. Okay. But I think your general energy, what you think about, your mental energy is kind of in this limbo, this pending decision almost. This, you need to act, but you're not sure which way to go yet. So you're just kind of holding off, right? You're trying to calm things down until you really decide which way you want to go. Okay? General energy. Now, what we see in the position that talks about your interpersonal relationships, how do you want to experience your relationships with other people? Well, we've got a really good card here. 3 of Cups, abundance, celebration. Maybe in your life there are many, many things to celebrate. There are many good things going on with you and your life that you're leading, the people that you're involved with. All right? Professionally, personally, friends, family, romantic partners, whatever. I think there's a lot of abundance, a lot of love around you, a lot of reasons to celebrate. A lot of reasons to celebrate. Okay, so part of the reading, I think, part of the more positive, I guess, side of this reading is let's try to focus on some of these things that are causes for celebration. What is it in your life that really makes you smile, that gives you joy? Who are those people? What are those relationships? What are those situations that we can try to divert some of our 9 of Swords mental energy away from that and onto these more joyful things in our lives? Okay. There are blessings in your life, and they, I think, will gain power, more influence in your life if you acknowledge them, recognize them, spend some energy on them, on those things, those people, in order to experience this joy and maybe pull us out of that Hanged Man, out of that 9 of Swords a little bit. Okay. But now the next card that we see, again, back to the mental energy, back to the Swords, 7 of Swords here. This, I think, is, the keyword for this card is futility. Okay. This is in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. So it almost seems to me like you understand all of this. You're aware of all of this, I think, because you have this connection with this Mercury. I think you know all of this. You're a spiritual person. You're a more or less enlightened person, right? You're a spiritual being. And sometimes, yes, you recognize these events, these habits and patterns of thinking and behaving and feeling, the Hanged Man state, the 9 of Swords. You know all about the 3 of Cups. You know all about these lovely things, these joyful blessings, the abundance and love in your life. But sometimes you just say, who cares? It's pointless. It's meaningless. It's there are 1,000 reasons. There are 1,000 things that we tell ourselves when we finally get a grip on things, right? Grip, the central sword here, that kind of focus of mind, that unity of purpose, that power, that drive, right? That intensity. There are millions of thoughts that go through our head. In this case, there are, maybe these 6 particular ones that kind of come across our path, try to throw us off the path, try to pick at us, poke at us, try to get us to kind of lose our grip on this central sword. And these are things like, yeah, I know all this stuff. I see the abundance in my life, and I should feel happy and joyful, but it's all meaningless. It's all temporary. I don't deserve it. It's all just pointless. It's not for me. For whatever reason. Again, there are thousands of things that we tell ourselves to convince us not to be happy in a particular moment, right? So as soon as you grip this central sword, you're going to be assaulted by these other thoughts that say, yeah, you're happy right now, but it's not going to last, or you don't deserve it, or these things can be taken away from you at any moment, or yeah, there's happy things, but there's so much bad shit too. There's infinite number of things that can go through our mind to try to get us to lose our grip on this central sword. Okay? And I think that's the obstacle for you to overcome. And you know what? The beautiful thing on the other side of that is this Six of Cups. This is beauty and harmony. This is that reciprocating love relationship, that beautiful resonance, emotional balance and harmony and tranquility, but in such a shining, joyful, satisfying way, right? This is your future. I know this was kind of this is a bad reading. I'll just be honest. But I think there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. It's going to take some work. And going back to this, maybe this Cancer person, this Knight of Cups, I don't know who this person is, and I don't know anything about them. I don't know whether or not, this is someone that you really should connect with. But I think that it's through your interactions with this person that you can become aware of these other energies. Okay, so this is just this particular circumstance, this particular relationship is really just the mirror, so you can see all of the rest of this energy. Okay, I know we didn't really say much about this person or about what's going on with them. I mean, we did a little bit, but I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they're going to be involved here with this six, if they're going to have this, beautiful, harmonious, kind of resonating relationship with you. Very joyful and satisfying relationship. I don't know if they're involved there. Could be, but not necessarily. I think the key is that you have to get yourself here regardless of, who is going with you. You know what I mean? This is that beauty and harmony and resonance that gives you that kind of emotional tranquility, that emotional shine, really, right? Really brings you to a more balanced and happy state. And I think it's a lot of work to get there. I think most of us are still working to get to this Six of Cups state of energy, right? Let's look at this confirmation card, this mystery card, bonus card. I'm really curious if that's going to be some earth, some kind of practical energy going on, if that's going to be, a hermit situation, or, Wheel of Fortune, or just some discs or pentacles. I don't know. Wow, beautiful. Six of discs or pentacles, and that goes right along with the Six of Cups here, so we might as well hold them up together. The six, this is material success, and I think this is part of, part of like the key to all of this, part of maybe the saving grace in some ways, or like the linchpin of it all, that missing piece of the puzzle, or the practical guidance here. I think that focus on the physical realm, again, we said at the beginning, and we saw with the lack of earth cards here, that there was really no sense of being grounded. There was no sense of, what the concrete reality is, because all of this was emotional and intellectual, right? It was all water and air. But now we have the practical side of things. And I think that this really is a focus on your physical health, a focus on your career, your business, your material success. Okay? And material is, just what it says, material success. The resonance and harmony and beauty in the physical realm, right? Your physical health and well-being, your financial health and well-being, right? Health, wealth, fitness, finances. And I think that's kind of a general piece of good advice, right? When things are not going so well, just focus on the things that you have control of, right? The water in the air is internal, and that is something that it's a longer process. There are really only, I think, a few. It's very limited, the kind of activities that we can do to, what am I trying to say? To do the mental and emotional work a lot of the times it involves doing something in the physical realm, right? So it's almost, if we do something in the physical, it has a resonance in our emotional and our mental energetic bodies, okay? So it's through this physical work that we can then affect changes on the higher planes, okay? And I think that's what the whole, when you're depressed, go for a jog kind of situation. I know there's a lot of physiology involved in this too. But I think it's some very practical wisdom, okay, is to create this beauty and harmony and resonance in your external world, and that will hopefully foster some of the internal work as well, right? There's a resonance there. And I think it'll at least provide an opportunity for a little bit of clarity or even a little bit of distraction, right? Do something in the physical realm, focus on your fitness routine or nutrition, health, or your finances, your work, something like that, in order to take a little bit of a break. Pull yourself kind of out of your water and air energies for a little while. Get into the physical realm. Okay. But with the Six of Discs, this is also talking about the perfect alignment of planetary energies, right? It's the six. It's harmony and beauty and resonance. It's like when you create a certain configuration of energy, the universe is going to respond in kind. The universe itself is going to resonate with you. Okay? And we get that with the emotional, but also on the physical, practical side of life as well. So I think these two really go hand in hand. You want to create beauty and harmony and resonance and tranquility on the emotional plane. You've got to focus on that in the, you've got to create that, mirror that in the physical realm until these two kind of match up. I hope I'm not getting too mystical here, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to get across anyway. We're going to take a look at this a little bit in the extended. If you want to become a member to the channel, you can click on the link in the description box. That's a great way to support the channel. Another great way is to hit the like button and subscribe. This was your weekly tarot reading for December 18th through 24th, and I'll see you again.